Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll be drafting this beautiful bustier with a stylish keyhole on it. So please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so. And please try to watch the video to the end. Thank you. So guys, welcome back. So today we'll be making use of this pattern paper, our ruler, our armhole cuff, our marker, and also our tape for this particular tutorial. And this is the measurement that we are working with for this particular bustier. So we have already draft our starting point, which is the shoulder line for this particular tutorial. So I'll now go ahead and start inserting the horizontal lines. We'll start by the upper chest line. We have gotten the upper chest line for this, but we'll be marking the nipple point. We'll also be taking the under bust for this particular one. And as well, we'll go ahead to mark the half length of this particular bustier. So once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead to connect the line and just extend the lines, draw a straight line and extend them. All the lines, both the chest line, the bust point, the under bust, and the half length of this particular dress. So once I'm done doing that, I went ahead to label all the lines. Now I'll be drafting out my basic body patterns on this first. So I'll go ahead to draft out the shoulder line, and I will now go ahead to mark the same on the upper bust point so that I can get a straight line. So I'll just extend the line to the other part. So I'll now go ahead and join the line together. Once I'm doing that, I'll go ahead to take our neckline. So I here mark our neckline and take our neck depth as well. Once we are done taking our neck depth, we'll go ahead to connect the two lines together with our armhole curve. So just go ahead and connect them together. So once I'm done doing that, I'll be going down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So we'll go ahead and connect that. Now we will now be dividing our remaining armhole into two. You can divide that with your calculator. You just go ahead and fold your tape as I did mine. I'll just go ahead and mark the midpoint. Now from that midpoint, I'll be going in by half an inch so that I can create the shoulder, the armhole of this particular dress. So just go ahead and connect them like that. So once I'm done doing this, I'll go ahead to take our nipple point, that is our bust span, the nipple to nipple. For this person, his nipple to nipple is 8, so I'll go ahead and divide that by 2, and I'll be marking 4 inches all through the lines from the chest line, the nipple point, the under bust, and the half length of this dress. I'll just go ahead and mark 4 inch all through. Once I'm done marking the 4 inch, I'll go ahead and join all the points together. As you can see, just go ahead and join all the points together. Once we are done joining them together, we'll now be dividing our shoulder, the remaining shoulder, into 2. Once we got the remaining shoulder, we'll now go ahead and extend the line to the chest line. Now at the under bust, you'll be taking out 1 inch from both sides. You'll be taking 1 inch here, 1 inch here at the half length. So at the under bust place, you'll be taking 1.5 inch. So at the under bust, you'll be taking 1.5 inch. The half length, you took 1 inch from it, while the under bust, you took in 1.5 inch. So once you are done doing that, just go ahead and connect the lines. So at our nipple point, you'll be coming down by half an inch because we don't want this bustier to be pointy. So we're just coming down by half an inch. So we'll go ahead and use our cuff to connect the lines together. As you can see, just go ahead and connect them. See, the shape of the breast is already coming out, so just connect the both of them. Now once we are done doing this, we'll now go ahead to measure whatever we have from our nipple point to our under bust. So just go ahead and measure whatever you have. You now took it up from your nipple point up, you now mark it. Like whatever you have from your nipple point to under bust, you now bring it up. So mine was 3.5. So I now brought it up. Once I was done doing that, I'll be taking 1 inch from each side. So I'll be taking 1 inch here. I'll be taking 1 inch as well from here. So now I'll now go ahead and use our cuff to connect that together. As you can see. So once I'm done, I'll just connect the 2 points together. Like so. So once you are not done, we want to create the yoke at the upper part. So I'll just go ahead and join that point I created to the chest line. I don't want to come below this chest line because this person is busty. The person is busty, so just connect it to that chest line. But if you want, you can extend it below the chest line by half an inch or 1 inch below. You also connect the other side to the armhole. So once I'm done doing all that, as you can see, I'll now go ahead to start inserting my measurements. I'll be inserting the bust measurements, and I'll also go ahead to measure whatever I took out from that bust line. So I took out almost 2 inches. So I'll be replacing that back to the line. As you can see, you now go to the waistline as well. We'll just extend the line. So you'll be marking the waist measurement. And please do not forget to always replace whatever you took out from that waistline as well. So we'll be measuring whatever we took out and we'll be replacing it back. That means it was 2 inches, so we're replacing back the 2 inches. We'll now go ahead to connect all of them together. So once I'm done connecting, I'll go ahead to add my sewing allowance. So for the case of this tutorial, I'll be adding my sewing allowance is 2 inch because this person require that the clothes have enough allowance. So I just went ahead to add the 2 inches allowance. So I'll now go ahead to connect the two lines together. So this is all for now. So we'll now go ahead to start cutting everything. Just cut on those lines that you draw and be very careful. You can also pin it with your pin if you don't want it to move, but for mine I think is okay. So I'll just go ahead, I'll cut in everything. As you can see, just follow your scissors. So once I'm done cutting those parts, I'll now go ahead to cut the bustier part. So I'll just go ahead and cut the bustier. So while cutting the bustier, you should be very careful so that you will not make a mistake on it. So just cut exactly on those lines that you draw. So just cut exactly what you can see on the line. Just follow those lines, cut them out. So guys, I'm done cutting them. I'll show you guys how it looks like. You can see before I draft out the keyhole on the yoke. So it's just looking so beautiful. So I'll go ahead to work on the upper part. So now I'll be coming up by 1.5 inch. So I'll be coming up by 1.5 inch for me to create the keyhole for this particular dress. So just take 1.5 inch here, do the same thing on the other side, 1.5 inch as well. So once I'm done, I'll just go ahead and just do a free hand and connect it to the middle point. I'll do the same here as well. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead to fold this paper so I can cut them together so that it will be equal. So just go ahead and cut it. So guys, once I'm done cutting it, as you can see, that is how the keyhole is looking on it. So now go ahead to work on the back panel of this dress. So I'm sorry, I'm just going to be making do of the remaining pattern paper that I have. So we have drafted out our shoulder line. So we'll go ahead and insert our shoulder measurement on it. Just the same normal pattern drafting. So just go ahead and draft your shoulder measurement. So I'll just go ahead and take the same measurements at the upper chest. I'll be connecting them together. So from there, I'll be taking the neckline as well. I'll also taking the neck depth as well. I'll just take the neck there. So I'll go ahead and connect the two lines together. Once I'm done, I'll be going down by 1 inch for also the shoulder slope. So I'll be connecting it together as well. I'll be connecting it like so. Now I'll go ahead to divide the remaining armhole that is remaining. I will get the midpoint. As you can see, I'm done. So now I will now be taking for our back dart. I will just be taking the nipple to nipple points from the from the bust point to the half length. So I'll go ahead to connect the two lines. Now at the half length, I'll be taking her half an inch. I will not be taking 1 inch as I did in the front part, because this one is just for the back dart. So I'll be coming down by half an inch to connect the point together. From the bust point, I'll be coming down by half an inch. So that I just went ahead to connect the 2 points like so. So once I'm done for the back dart, I'll go ahead to start inserting my measurements for this particular dress. So I'll insert the bust measurement on the upper chest line. Also be inserting the waist measurement on the waistline. So I'll go ahead and replace the 1 inch that I took out for the darts for the back. So I'll be replacing it. So now I'll now go ahead to connect the two lines together. Once I'm done connecting it, I'll now be connecting the armhole to that part. As you can see, yeah, the armhole did not go inside because this is the back. So now I'll go ahead to put my sewing allowance of 2 inch as well. And mind you, at this back part, we have not put our zipper allowance. So while cutting on the fabric, you should remember to put your zipper allowance. The only thing I added on this back part was the sewing allowance of 2 inch. So while cutting on the fabric, we are going to be putting our zipper allowance. So for the yoke at the back, I just came up from the chest line by 1 inch on the both side of the chest line. So I'll just go ahead and connect these together for the yoke, for the back yoke, because the upper part will be using a lace for the upper part. So you just go ahead and cut them together. Just cut it out as you can see. So now go ahead and cut out the yoke parts for this dress, because we are going to be using a net fabric for that part. So guys, I'm done cutting this on my fabric. As you can see, I added a half inch at those bust parts for the joining of the bust, because while drafting it on the pattern, I did not add any allowance on the nipple point, on the nipple to nipple point. So this is the back. I also added our zipper allowance on it. So thank you guys. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel.